Alrighty, and welcome to the stream. Today's stream we're dedicating to save the live stream because this is a peanut gallery already. I'm not even live 2 minutes. Anyway, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Novatazz. You're watching Novatazz Customs Sunday night live stream, and I have with me Chris from Firebird Nation's Cart Club and JA from JA. No, that's your Instagram.
Jay's channel.
Jay's channel. I'm used to seeing him on Instagram and on Facebook, which he doesn't have it as JA's channel.
Hey, I do have an Instagram.
Have him on your stream every weekend.
Jay's channel, thank
you. Do you mind?
No.
Of course you don't. I'll just send them all to your TikTok.
Who?
So,
yeah.
2 points.
There could be worse things.
No, that could be. Anyway, so I don't see anybody. No. Anyway, I don't see anybody in here just yet, but yeah, because it's my stream and nobody cares. Actually, no, they're probably still all winding down from other people's streams that they're still going on from 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
That was not product placement, by the way. What?
I'm bored.
Well, you
Go
can
read a book.
You can always just log into Hangout, and I can send you an invite, and you can film. You can join live stream.
Why? So I can talk about rusty, junky cars?
Sure.
Rusty, dusty car. Wow.
Rusty, junky cars. Get it right.
Well, you have to remember the only cars I've been around are Novas, which are the ones that are rusty and junky and don't run.
As a TA, you fired up the TA.
And where's it sitting?
Hey, don't worry.
Wait a minute,
not
wait a
all
minute,
cars
wait a
are like Sean's.
They do run. They just have a little bit of drivability issues at the moment.
Well, no, because the one Nova has no engine in it, so that was definitely not running. And the other one is missing a distributor and a carburetor and all of its wiring. So that one doesn't run either.
So basically, it's like a
So technically, she's correct. Neither of the Novas run.
Those are the exception.
Now, the Trans Am, on the other hand, it runs just fine. It needs a little bit of a tuning, but it runs just fine. Hey, we got Carmod's Garage in here. Welcome to the stream. So I do have a promotion once we get a couple people in here. That in fact, I can do it now. I am trying to raise up funds to build the new computer for the live stream, so that way I can continue to do live streams, because after August 1st, I'm no longer going to be able to use my current setup because Google is getting rid of Hangouts, and my computer cannot run Streamlabs because it is very old and outdated. A 2012-ish Alienware laptop. So what I am going to offer is not my girlfriend shaking her booty.
Well, I'd hope not.
Well, that's what I just witnessed. So anyway, so what I'm going to offer is anyone that donates $25 or more, I'm going to allow them to create a custom Novatazz t-shirt. So it's like basically, so one-off color, whatever color you want, whatever design that I have already made up, whether you want the logo nice and big on the front, or if you want it on the back, basically set up the shirt how you want it. And it'll be basically a one-off that I'll run specifically for you. Well, whoever donates. No donations, no shirts, so not that big of a deal. Though you are so weird.
Aren't we all?
But I am in the process of putting up all of my shirts with the better images. I don't think you were here last week, Jonathan, were you?
I don't think so.
Well, because of your issue with the shirt that you got, I redid a lot of my designs to help eliminate that issue that you had on the front of your shirt.
Of course, the one time I buy a damn shirt from you.
No, Jonathan, you're getting a new one. I'm gonna send you a new one because of that. So it'll be the same shirt. It'll just have the hopefully the better front.
Okay, that works.
So I think that's the only one I have up right now. If you've noticed my new logo on the for the channel icon, not sure if you've noticed that.
No.
Oh, here, let me see. Maybe I can turn off my camera and maybe it'll show it. Oh, there it is.
No, it shows a little
with the
green
flag
thing.
and
It's a little green circle for me.
Really?
Yeah.
the one you did with the flag and that.
No, this one, that's not the one that should be up. It should be the simple one without the flag.
Yeah, the one that pops up whenever you do that right now has got the flag behind it.
Oh wait, couldn't you bring it up on the computer and like screen share it?
Yeah, actually I have it up right now. Hold on. Hold on.
That's weird.
What?
For me, it's not showing that we're live.
No, I'm definitely live. I got people in here.
I don't know, like you know the thing that in the top right corner says off air or on air?
Yeah.
It says off air.
It says Google Hangouts is live.
I don't know. I'm just saying what I see.
Right, I understand. Let's see here. Screen share. Full room. That's not what that is. There it is. Application window.
Yep, I got a notification saying you're live, so maybe Hangouts is just
All
fucking
right.
up or something.
So this is part of this is actually not correct. This is not the way I have it set up. Need to get rid of
Yeah, that's the one showing.
All right. This is the one that'll be on the front of the shirts.
Damn. I was kind of hoping you changed to the flag.
Well, I mean, the thing is you donate $25. I can do whatever. I can put whatever you want.
I'm not made of money.
Well, see.
But maybe if I get this second job, I'll consider it.
What I'm doing is I'm replacing the shirt you already bought. Because it did not turn out. I was not happy with the quality, let alone you being unhappy with it. I mean, yeah, definitely you being happy about it is a big deal. But so the ones that I have up right now are like this on. No, go away. Like that one.
Oh, that was wild.
Well, it's got all of this stuff. All of my designs are layers, so I can turn the different layers on and off. Like, you know, that's just literally the background for the flag, and then this is actually all the detail to the flag. If it'll load, there you go. There's all the detail to the flag. If I take the background away, well, then that's what you have. All the white is gone. So to be able to get the background, I have to have the white back. You know, then I can turn off things like I can get rid of it. Well, why is the Nova there? Oh, the Nova will turn on. Like, you know, I can get rid of literally. I can put any one in here that I want. So that's the wrong Nova. Oh, that's right. This is the wrong one.
Have you put the TA in there before?
What do you mean? The TA was in there.
Oh, it was? That tells you how tired I am.
Yeah, see, there's the Trans Am.
That tells you how tired I am today.
Take off this. Hold on. Oh, that's right. This is the other one. This is the old one. But yeah, I mean, I have it set up that I can do all kinds of different things. But Oh.
See, now you could do it. You could do a celebration or a flash on the, back in the past shirt. Do that one with the white bird outline called the Spirit of America Trans Am
Good.
that they did with the flag and the striping back in '76.
Yeah, see, Miss Foreman sees the right one. She says that she can see the one without the. But yeah, I mean that's basically the whole reason why I did it, because that Trans Am, it's a lot more simpler. So when I shrink it down, you're not going to have all of those details bleeding into each other like you did on the old one, which is what happened with Jonathan's shirt. All the details, literally just the pixels were, the lines weren't wide enough for the machine to print them. So it ended up looking all cruddy.
Now, are those all designs now that you can put up on your store immediately if someone wanted to down, or do you got to convert those at all along for your Teespring
Well, the thing
store?
is what happens is what I'm doing, what I have to do is I have to change, because the way that I'm changing it is instead of me having the big logo on the front like I used to, I'm now going to have the big logo on the back.
Okay.
With the small logo on the front, like shirt pocket area.
Right.
And I'm hoping people like them more. But with doing that, I have to change the back of the shirt a little bit around so that way I can still get my my call tag underneath the picture.
Right.
So like at YouTube or at Instagram.
Yeah.
So I have to redesign a new thing for that, so that way it's not overpowering the back of the shirt, but yet it's still there. So I still got to design it. The other one was pretty easy because it already had Novatazz YouTube all the way down at the very bottom. So, and I'd already designed that one to be on the back of the shirt to begin with.
Okay.
So when I designed that shirt, it was when I was already thinking about switching over to doing the designs on the back. Because I still have the truck one to do. I still have, I still have the truck one to do. I have to get the Nova one and the Trans Am ones up. I'm going to keep the white shirt with just the black waving, it's kind of like the waving flag, but it's a different flag. That one that I did. That one's going to go back up without any changes. I'm just going to put it back up with a higher resolution image, so hopefully it comes out nicer if somebody orders it. Because that was another mistake I made when I first started. I didn't realize that I wasn't making the images as large as I could. So the pixel density wasn't there. So it's going to look a lot nicer when I re-upload them.
Hey, Sean.
What?
Once I get the whole car club thing I have pretty much in a better direction than it's going now. Once I have a better job and a car to where I can actually run it properly,
right?
I'm gonna pay you to make a logo for us, and then like design shirts and shit.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I did do the one for, what is it, JCR Garage or whatever. The one that the guy that's out in like Australia or whatever. I did his turbo tank, but I don't think he ever ended up using it.
Mm.
You need to stop reminding me about the fact that I'm losing Google Hangouts and all this.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't know why the fuck they're getting rid of it.
I don't know either, but like I said, it's costing me to have to build a $700 computer ASAP.
Jeez.
With money that I don't have. So that's part of the reason why this title for this live stream is called Save the Live Stream, is because I need to raise up funds to be able to build a new computer.
Guess that means I'm never doing anytime soon.
Well, it depends. I mean, I don't know what kind of computer you have or what its capabilities
like mine's a 2013, but it's not like the type of computer yours is. So yours is actually probably better than mine.
Probably. This is a 20.
Since it's only a year older.
Yeah, it's like a 2012. I mean, it runs on Windows 7.
A year newer. Mine's 8.1.
Right. Well, this is a Windows 7, and I can't get it to upgrade any higher than the Windows 7. And they are doing away with Windows 7 at the end of this year.
What,
Well,
like there's no more
support for
updates,
it.
or you can't
Yeah.
use it, or what?
No more support for it.
Hmm.
So no more virus support, no more Windows updates. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just great.
Yeah, I know. It means it leaves your computer open for stupid people.
Fuck.
So
God bless
Well, at
America.
least mine's 8.1 then.
right.
At least mine's 8.1. Hopefully by the time they want to phase that out, I can have a better job to get another computer.
Right. I think it's normally about 10 years after the
After it came out?
Yeah, 10 years after it comes out is when they drop support for it.
Okay. When the hell did 8.1 come out, though?
I have no idea. So I was saying I don't even know exactly how old this computer is. I'm pretty sure it's like a 2011 or whatever, but it's a Alienware 14R. So, did you guys, are any of you guys excited about the Corvette launch on the 18th?
Oh, they're actually launching it on the 18th. Sorry, I'm a little
Not
behind.
the launch, but basically the reveal. You know,
Okay.
not that everybody doesn't already basically know what it's going to look like anyway.
I can say I kind of am, just for that reason, to see what exactly it looks like. You know, how close all the spy photos and everything have been.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the leaked back end shot. Street Speed posted the what he said is the front, what the front end's going to look like. And then of course you have all the freaking shots of it in the camo, which I mean it's basically, unless they have like hidden pieces underneath of the camo to change to disguise the shape, you basically know what the shape's going to look like.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think it's going to be a flop, or you think it's actually going to...
It's hard to say. I think Chevy's really fucking up lately with their design team, period.
Yeah, the new Camaro.
I mean, you got the Camaro, you had the Blazer, you have the new trucks. Honestly, I mean, the Blazer doesn't look bad. You know, no, it's not the Blazer from, you know, the past. But I can't say that the Blazer is absolutely hideous. I kind of like it.
Like, I'll be honest with you, like with the trucks, I always used to like the design of trucks from Chevy compared to Ford. But I'll be honest, the design with the new black grill, like my one friend has for the Fords, I like it better than the new design for the Chevys.
Oh, I like Guitar Mageddon's Chevy that he's got.
Oh, like his design? Yeah.
I like that one, but I don't like the new one.
Right?
The new one I don't like.
Yeah, it's like the grill's too fucking big.
It's the whole car is just it's number one, there's like too much clearance from the top of the fender to the top of the hood. The proportions are all wrong. The wheels look way too small for the shape of the truck. I mean, it looks like what I used to draw when I was a kid, when I was drawing cars, where the body was super big and they had these little itty tiny wheels underneath of it. You know what I mean? It's just it looks like a stick figure version of a car.
Maybe they got that as their design team.
Maybe a bunch of freaking toddlers.
Right.
Miss Formula says, "Who can afford a vet supposed to be over 100?" I don't think it's going to be over 100K for a base vet. I think that, like what Street Speed said the other day, I think the base vet is going to be around 80K, which is still pretty expensive.
Yeah, but it's going in supercar territory now.
Well, yeah, it's a mid-engine, but I think that the base model, the you know, the no frills, you know, lower horsepower car, is still going to be around 80.
Yeah,
because what a new one now run you around 70.
No,
the last model they did.
The base model for the new one, so the Stingray, which is the base model, that one was around 50 to 60.
50, 60. So
I think a base model at around 80. I don't think it's that far fetched. I don't think it's going to. I think, yeah, do I think that a decent one that most people are going to want to buy, you know, the slightly upgraded. you know, which would have been like the Z06 or the Z06 is right above the Stingray, right?
No, Grand Sport's kind of in between.
Okay, so the Grand Sport. I think the Grand Sport is, you know, where I think that's going to be where most people want to buy, is about that trim level, and I think that one's going to be about 100 grand, if not like
Probably.
100 grand.
Then the Z06 will probably like be what, 110,
120.
120, 130, give or take.
That's if it even makes it that far. But you know what? I think that they're all going to, you know, I think this is all going to be a moot point in a couple of years again, because I still think that they're going to go over to electric vehicles. And, you know,
Even though in the process of making them, they're worse.
Well, and you know what? It's not. I think this is like going into the '80s for car guys. I mean, this is just it's a scary time to be a car guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
at least a petro car guy. I mean, I'm not saying that electric vehicles aren't freaking going to be.
I mean, like, especially with like all the shit that could be happening in the future with gas prices.
Well, I think gas prices are going to drop as soon as the electric vehicles start coming out. I think they're going to raise pretty high.
Well, you should have heard what my friend Stan told me.
Well,
He said something about like a couple oil plants or something have been shut down due to that storm or something, and another one blew up.
oh well, yeah, but that stuff never lasts super long.
Yeah, but it's still going to go up a good bit.
Yeah, but we've gone up way higher than that. I mean, we're just about $3 now. We've been up over $4 before.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's necessarily that bad.
Hopefully
No,
not.
but what I think is going to happen is they're going to come out with all these SUVs, and then when the car market is pretty much gone and everybody's over to SUVs, you know, all they really have to do is spike the gas prices, introduce electric vehicles, and electric vehicles are going to look like a really good alternative. And that's a pretty good way to get people to convert and buy electric vehicles. I mean, they kind of did the same thing when, you know, back before when they were trying to get people to buy new cars. They raised the price of gas, and everybody bought the new fuel-efficient or hybrid cars.
Still
You know?
kind of pathetic that they do that. But
It's manipulation. It's marketing. I mean, it's called business.
That's it.
It's business. I mean, if you want somebody to change, forcing them to change is not going to do it. You need to convince them that they want to change.
It's no different than your phones or your computers or anything else. You know, when they want to market drive something new, well, how do you make the old obsolete where it's not of any use? You either upgrade or you're left
I'll be
behind.
honest, I'm just hope I'm dead before the electric fucking shit takes over.
Well, then you might want to go die pretty soon.
Oh, well.
I think we're still quite a few years off from a fully electric revolution, though, because they just don't have the power grid and the charging capacity anywhere in the country.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's going to take a while to actually do that.
I think within the next 5 to 6 years. I think between the next 5 to 6 years, there will be a decent amount of electric vehicles on the road. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean gas cars are gonna be completely.
I didn't say completely gone. I didn't say completely gone, but I bet you watch most of the freaking new dealerships. Most of the cars will be electric by 2025.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised about that, but I think it'll be a little bit longer than that before, like, there's nobody's using gas cars. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I think you're looking at another 10 to 15 years before that happens.
Yeah. Because, like, we're really not at that stage yet. Like, one, they take so long to charge.
Well,
to where, you know, people are going to want gas cars because
you
just fill up and go.
That's what the hybrids are for.
You know, most of them anymore are in that 30-minute, you know, they give you another couple 100-mile range at a 30-minute charge. So, I mean, yeah, if you're on a trip, and you're going to kill 30 minutes. Stop. By the time you get off an exit, you stop, you go in, you use a restroom, you get a drink or you get something else, and get back in to get going again. I mean, you're going to drop 30 minutes. It's not going to take any time at all to realize it.
All right. See you, car mods, and good luck with that barbecue. But you know what? How much you want to bet they start doing? You know, we've already got wireless charging now. You know, who's to say that they don't end up converting parking spots to wireless charging spots? Literally, don't even have to plug the car in. Just drive your car into the spot, go into the store, and it's already charging.
Yeah, but I think that could be a while, especially for like smaller towns and areas like that.
I can't hear you.
But
Jess, peanut gallery over there telling me that I'm not listening to her.
well, you're on a fucking live stream. What the hell does she expect?
You know. I don't put it past her to come down to what is it? You're down by the Carolina somewhere, right?
Oh,
That's not that far of a drive for her.
what the fuck are you talking about?
She can come down there and come whoop your ass.
I'm in Maryland, jackass.
Nothing better yet, huh?
Not offense. Hey, you know what? That doesn't make that any better. That means you're even closer.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, he doesn't give a fuck, Jess.
You're not gonna waste the fucking gas.
That's because it's a date. She goes, it's a date. Oh, that's funny.
You're crazier than I thought. If
You
you're
gotta
gonna
be
waste
careful,
that much
Johnson.
fucking gas driving the fuck down here just for the.
Just to whoop us.
I watched her silhouette in action last week with a broom and a mop handle, and I'll tell you, it was plumb scary. So tread careful.
Cinderella. Chris saying here, he said he watched you in action last week in your silhouette with a broom handle and a mop. He told Jonathan to freaking tread lightly. He's seen you in action. He doesn't know who Ellie is.
Hmm?
Ellie is the silver Kia.
How many damn Kias you got?
There's the silver one, the green one, and then Deb and Adam have a root beer brown one, and then
It's a shit brown.
No. This color is absolutely gorgeous. It's more of a root beer, so it's more of like a I think they call it a canyon brown.
Get a design of a mug and some orange letters. You can call it the A&W car.
There you go.
Or better yet, Stewart's. Put the Stewart's emblem on it.
Stewart's is better than A&W, definitely. It's Root? Oh, Groot. This car's name is Groot.
I'll be honest with you, the only fucking Kia I knew about was the damn green one.
Well, the green one is Jess's, and now Jess has the second one, which is the gray one.
Which one do you use?
I used the green one. Because I socked it in the face with a freaking railroad tie. Ugh. So, let's see. What other subject did I see today that this?
I got a subject.
Go ahead.
How shitty the new Chevy Cruises are.
Well, that's another Chevy.
No, but seriously though, like that car, they came out. What year was it?
What?
Like what year did those cars come out? Because I'm trying to think. They were like after 2010, weren't they?
What a dick move that is.
What?
I had posted on the automotive YouTube vloggers, right?
Uh-huh.
And this Mitch Philstein guy literally posts another link in my freaking underneath my post.
Wow. Now, did you hear what I said, or were you distracted?
What?
I said, like, what years did those cruises come out? Like, wasn't it like after 2010?
I think so.
Well, here's the funny thing. So, you know the Cavaliers, like the 03s that have the Ecotech in them?
The what Cavaliers?
The Sport Cavaliers, the Z whatever.
Z24?
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's a funny thing. One of those Cavaliers beat the shit out of a fucking turboed Cruise.
Well, they were lighter, and they
had two fat men in it.
Well, yeah, I guess it's not too much lighter.
Right? That's why I got in with the Cavalier, to not have the Cruise have so much of a weight problem.
Oh my god.
But still, the Cavalier fucking whooped that Cruise's ass. I was like, damn.
Oh.
It's pretty sad, though. Especially since the Cavi was an automatic and the freaking Cruise was a 6-speed.
Yeah. So, I posted a new video up this week. That actually will be the last one on the Trans Am. The next one I have to put up is on the truck. Am I boring you that much, Jonathan?
No, I had a long fucking day. Fuck you.
I don't know. I was up at 5:30 this morning.
He says this every time he comes on.
Yeah, I know. His long day is anything longer than 4 hours.
Go to hell.
Already here. Thank you for joining us.
No, I actually worked a 6-hour today.
Wow, I worked freaking 8 hours today.
Well, we also got a fucking shit ton of fucking people today, too.
I got a shit ton of crazy people. Wait, let me be politically correct. I have a shit ton of mentally ill people.
What the fuck cares? Mental, crazy, what the fuck ever.
I can.
Same difference.
Jess cares.
So?
He's being sassy to you.
Listen, Mr. Sassy Pants.
Jess, camera's over there.
She could be coming down over their broom handle, guaranteed, knocking you alongside the head.
And you better believe I'll probably catch the broom handle and snatch it.
I don't think you're as quick as her.
I don't know, she had open season on the back of Sean. He didn't even realize it.
What'd you do?
Oh, sore arm. I went to go pat her on top of the head, and I went to go use the arm that is like literally killing me right now.
Nice one.
I know, right? Wow, this live stream is we are doing absolutely horrible today.
Fuck it.
We are down to 3 viewers right now. Did anybody even click the thumbs up button?
I mean, obviously I haven't, because if I try to view the damn video, it kicks me the fuck out. So.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like turning the computer on just to watch 3 people chit chat.
Well, yeah, I got 5 thumbs up, but I only got 3 viewers right now, which is probably me, you, and Joe Schmo.
Well, it's not me because I'm not viewing it. So.
All right.
I know Miss Formula would be.
Miss Formula needs to. I think Miss Formula is the only one that has the ability to share it anywhere right now.
Why's that?
I don't know where anybody's at today.
And I shared her where I could see if it bring anybody in. So
Is today like a special holiday or something we don't know about?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I got a message for a curve alert. Does that count?
A what?
Curve alert.
Sure.
Oh, I don't know. So we have the Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette reveal, which is coming up this week. There was Camaro Fest this weekend, which that should be over now, I do believe. So we'll have all of those videos coming out from different YouTubers here. You know what? I just realized that's where Steve is at right now. Steve is down at Camaro Fest.
Well, that explains where Steve is.
Joe is probably up at the Bloomsburg four-wheel jamboree.
Or on Greg's live stream.
Or Greg's. I'm not sure where Matthew's at. Matthew's
probably drinking beer again.
No, Matthew's probably on Greg's live stream right now.
Probably.
I don't know where anybody. I didn't happen to check the messages to see if anybody replied to the live stream. Which we did.
Probably not.
Elliot's at work. Elliot won't
be working.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, this is basically it. We need to get some more people in here. Anyway, so hey, we got Grimm's Auto Services in here listening. Hey, that sounds like a kid's song. Listen while I work. Do, 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 do. That's kind of like what you're doing right now, Chris. You're kind of just listening while you work. Pretty much, right?
Ride and die.
How's the weather out there, Chris? Looks nice.
It was raining, but got a little bit of sunshine going on now.
Wait, where are you at?
Yeah, you got a little color in your face.
Yeah, it's going to get brighter in a little bit. Sit behind the backside of the rain cloud. We're actually from western Nebraska. A little over an hour, we'll be going into Wyoming, where I got to stop and fuel. But bound for Oregon, about 100 miles south of Portland, for our first delivery Tuesday.
Any clue what you're hauling?
So, actually, it's full. This farm will come out. We went to the
I don't think you heard you, Sean.
40th Annual Truckers Jamboree over in Walcott, Iowa, at the world's largest truck stop.
Yeah. Did you do you have any idea what you're hauling today?
Food.
Food.
Name it. The biggest thing in the back of the wagon is European chocolate.
Well, damn. You got a wet dream right there.
Yeah, I got a good 12 skids of that, and I'm like, okay, can we knock this one over? Can this one get broke? Can you guys run into that with a forklift? You know, I'm trying to figure out how can I get one of them boxes to fall off and bring it back home with me.
Right. So I'm not sure if Grim can get back to the keyboard or not, but I'm kind of wondering what is Grim working on today? Oh, that he's in the shop at this late at night. Or actually, no, it may not be that late. What time is it out there by where you're at, Chris?
Where are we? Somewhere in Nebraska.
Right. What time is it?
That is 7:30, 8 Mountain Time Zone.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, 2 hours behind the East Coast.
Right.
That's the only thing I hate about coming out here, because I run on an East Coast clock. So you get out on the West Coast, okay, deliveries are done for the day. Time to go to bed. We got to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get to the next delivery. And you're twiddling your thumbs at midnight because it's still daylight outside.
Right.
Yeah. Unless I'm exhausted, I don't sleep in the daylight. It don't work.
No, I don't either. I even tried doing the whole like black out the windows thing.
No.
Yeah, which is
the only time I've ever been able to accomplish that is like if I'm extremely fucking exhausted.
Well,
then it'll happen.
Oh yeah, because then your body's just like, you know what? I don't care. You're going night night.
Right.
Which is one of the main purposes for said emblem, because it's actually a black blanket that I just hang off from the opening to the sleeper, and it cuts down the light bagger pretty good.
Yeah.
Unless you got direct sunlight streaming in the windshield that lights the emblem up from the backside.
Well, you can always stick those reflective thingies in the front windshield, can't you? Don't they have those for the trucks?
Yeah, I don't have any. I could. This farm was actually supposed to make some wraparound curtains to go up for long-term parking, so that I can run the side windows and the windshield, and then have the whole cab.
Have the whole cab open so you're a little more open.
Yeah, privacy curtain bit.
You don't feel like you're sitting in there in a closet.
Yeah, it's not a party house, that's for sure.
No, you got what?
Some of the custom sleepers I got are
huge,
ridiculous.
Like small apartments.
Yep.
Basically.
So, any other? Let's see. Joey66 was posting something about a bunch of Mopars wrecking recently. Though I do believe that the picture that I've been seeing few people use here and there was that one of the Dodge Challenger that's like literally like a quarter of what the size it's supposed to be. Jesus.
The green one.
Yeah, the green one, which I do believe that wreck was from like 4 years ago at least.
That's the thing about Facebook and all the fucking social media shit. They bring up shit from like 5 years ago, and it's like, This ain't really new, but okay.
I know it's new as long as you make it new. Grim says he is putting in a heater core in his 98 GMC truck. Now you have.
Fun.
Well, I wonder if he has to pull the whole dash in those trucks. I never pulled one out of those. I know mine was easy because all I had to do, I had to unbolt the whole dash, but I could literally just like ratchet strap the dash up to the door, the hand pull above the passenger side door, and I could get to everything I needed without unhooking the whole dash. I mean, you had to unbolt the whole dash, but I didn't have to unhook everything that went to the dash.
Oh, ow.
But yeah, I just had to lift it up out of my way. Right now, that video is actually third on my what is it? The 2 week or 2 day list. It's actually third. Right now, my most popular video is the zip tie door spring hack.
What was it before? I remember wasn't it a heater core video?
Yep, the heater core is the most popular one I have during the winter. Right now, it
Obviously.
is. Right now is the zip tie. Is the zip tie hack, which actually, believe it or not, okay. So, what do you think that video cost me to make? The zip tie one.
Probably like $10.
The cost of the zip ties?
Yeah, 3 zip ties,
$5?
which I already had laying. All right, hold on. So 3 zip ties that I already had laying in my toolbox, right?
Okay.
So that's how much it cost me to do that video. You want to know how much I've made off of that one video alone?
How much?
All right, so from the time that I put that video out till now, let's see. Here we go. No, this is YouTube's money. Yeah. I could have bought the whole Harbor Freight's, all of Harbor Freight's zip ties.
That doesn't tell us anything. What was the
No,
price?
it doesn't.
Come on, fucker.
Let's just say it's quite a bit.
Well, then message it to me, damn it. I'm not going to sit here curious all fucking night.
Why not? It's amused when you're curious.
You got a Florida user that jumped in on the live chat.
Do we?
A what?
Debbie.
Miss Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Who's Debbie?
She has she's a Firebird. She has I think it's if I remember correctly, a 79 Trans Am.
Ooh,
damn, she lives in Florida.
What
John's eyes after parts. Yeah. Not for sale, as far as I know.
Yeah, what engine's in it? The 403, the 301, or
I think she has 79. I think she got the 403 in it.
If it's the
I don't remember, to be honest.
If it's the SC and it's on automatic, then it's the 403, which is she says it is. Which is what mine was. Mine was the 403, which you now own, and mine now has the 400 in it. Did you happen to watch that? Did you happen to watch that video, Chris?
Which one?
The one with the Trans Am with the flag door.
I don't remember if I did or not, to be honest.
I figured out that the limited slip differential still works in that car.
Still works.
Still works. It almost put me into the freaking into the garage door.
Oops.
I thought I was back far enough to get it to start spinning, and I forgot to take into effect of how grippy the asphalt was outside of the garage door.
Uh-oh.
And I had also thought that that the limited slip had broken at some point because it didn't do it did a one-wheel peely on the 4th of July vid last year. And yeah, so I wasn't expecting both of them to hook, and it hooked and it went forward instead of really spinning them. I mean, it spun them good enough to leave 2 nice marks in the asphalt, but
now, is this your latest video? You put the door on?
Yeah. We went.
Okay,
yeah, I pulled it out of the garage and I played with it a little bit.
I listened to it. I can say that much. It was one of those driving days, so it's more of a
Oh, so yeah, you probably didn't see the. You probably might have heard the
Yeah,
burnout, but you didn't see it.
I heard the chirp, but I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, it chirped and hooked.
Hey, Sean, did you see that little video clip I put on my Facebook story on 4th of July?
No, a little bit. I don't really. I mean, like after everything, I don't have a whole shit ton of time to be like.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
really.
didn't know if you had saw it or not.
No,
But,
normally I will look at stuff that I'm tagged in and stuff like
yeah.
that, but I'm not really on Facebook a whole crap ton.
Yeah. Well, what
But
happened was my friend's neighbors was setting off like the big fireworks.
yeah.
And next thing you know, you hear him say, "Run!" Then they all ran to the fucking shed. And then next thing you know, instead of going up in the air, it blew up on the ground.
Oh, damn.
And one of the pieces actually came over and hit my friend Daniel in the fucking chest. And we were like a good little bit away.
We're gonna have more and more of that with them legalizing the mortars. At least up here in Pennsylvania, they legalized mortars, so you can actually shoot off mortars now.
Well, one of them shot up in the air, exploded, and then you know the little balls that rain down.
Well, yeah.
Well, one of them, you can see it in the camera frame. You just see it for a split second, then you hear tonk. That was it hitting me off the head.
Is that what that hollow sound was?
That was like at the car show that we did at B-Reds in May. Corey, he walked over to, I forget who it was, but he just like smacked it on their head.
All right.
And it made it sound hollow as hell. It was funny.
Oh. So anything new and exciting? I saw Chris, you had a new video up. I didn't get to watch it yet though.
What did we put up? I think the last show we did was Harris.
I know it was
supposed to be Hot Rod at Harris, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That we went to bed. It actually got moved. They moved the venue over to the Horseshoe Casino there in Council Bluffs, Iowa, due to the ongoing and continued mess from the river flooding ever since spring.
We had some bad flooding up here.
Yeah, we got more rain, so henceforth the parking lot flooded again. They had Interstate 29 shut down again. So they moved the venue, which on a hot day it was 90, 92 or 93 out. Had like a heat index of 120. I mean, it was basically sit underneath a pavilion or an awning and put one of those ice wrap towels around your neck.
And hope your car didn't melt.
Yeah, I hope the car didn't melt. But I gotta give Miss Foreman all the credit on that video. She actually did that with the pictures that she took, and we've been trying different programs to edit and whatnot, and she did that one on her Surface there at the house, and then I just downloaded it from the hard drive at the house through the tablet and uploaded it to the channel. Like I say, she did a better job than the ones that I've done, but the difference between a computer and trying to do editing with the tablet, which is what I've done. I think I've done one or two with my.
I think with the
Surface
tablet
when I was dead, but most of the time with the tablet, it's
what I've
used.
When I've had to edit on the go with my phone, I used a program called Power Director.
I hate editing on my phone.
All right. Yeah, I did that when I was when we had Luca, and I edited the videos at the hospital.
Okay.
They were using Power Director. So if you go back through my channel and you watch the videos from right around the time that Luca was born, those were all edited using the Power Director because I didn't have a laptop with me.
Yeah, I've got, I don't know how many mobile apps that I downloaded to try, but I just haven't. I've had time to do anything. I mean, playing with the rehab and the doctors with the knee injury when I get back home has prevented getting to the garage to work on the SE because I got, like I have to leave spring. I want to change. I want to put a thermostat in it. All stuff I could do for content, but by the time I get back, get done running around, there just isn't time to go to the garage, and there's no electric out there, in a storage barn, so. Yeah.
Debbie says that her bird's down at the moment. She's either a blown water pump or a freeze plug. Well, if it's a blown freeze plug, as soon as you add water to it, it's just going to drip right back out. So if it is the water pump, it's not going to circulate at all. So, or it'll just leak out the weep hole in the front. But it can still run. It's going to overheat right away. Yeah, most
she's
likely.
been working on the probably 5 years, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I know.
what she just said is the water dumps at the front driver's side. Yeah, I'm going to say that's most likely a freeze plug then.
That's what it sounds like.
Which you can temporarily get one of those, at least to get it moving. If you need to get it somewhere where it is easier to work on, you can get them little rubber ones where you just tighten the bolt and it pinches it and expands the freeze plug to the size of the hole.
Yeah, one of the expansion plugs. They're good for a quick fix. I mean, it'll get you home.
It'll get you home. It'll get you to move it to somewhere cooler where you can work on it if it's too hot.
But,
you know,
and she's like us. And most of us in the same boat. Busting our ass working a job and no time and money to work on the car.
Yeah, that's for mine. Yeah. I'm at the point now. Life. I had to. Well, you'll see it. Anybody in here? There's only 4 people in here. So then anybody that ends up sitting here this long into this video, you know, we'll be able to watch it. But well, I noticed Big E popped in, so let's say let Big E say hi.
Hi.
Why isn't it switching? Why is it only me? Oh. Why did
Probably because you clicked on yourself.
No, you're talking, and when Big E talked, your name came up instead of his.
Yeah, that's weird.
Try saying something there, Big E.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Really pixelated, though.
Evening, Elliot.
I was just downloading an update for Roller Tanks, a game I'll probably never have friends to play with on PC, so.
Yeah, well, we all know my PC ain't gonna do it right now. Oh.
I mean, I probably could.
Yeah, if you notice the name of this video, it's called Save the Live Stream. Again, there's only 4 people in here. I was hoping to get a bunch more people in here, but anybody that wants to donate $25 in a super chat, I will get them out a shirt. But I'll get them out, and I don't know why it held that one. But all right, whatever. Anyway, so I'll the custom shirt. Basically, you get to pick where and what the different parts of the shirt go. So, like, if you want the big picture on the front, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know, basically any design that I already have up, I can manipulate and tweak to how you want it, and you'll have your own custom Novatazz shirt. So, and you never know, it may end up becoming a new design anyway. So, I know, so that's special. You know, you can even get it just with the Trans. You know, I might do that one with just the silhouette of the Trans Am on the front or something, without the words. But anyway, what I was gonna say is we got the truck, we got the transmission out of the truck. I had pulled it all the way apart. This was, I think you guys caught that up last week. Pulled the transmission all the way apart. Well, I pulled the overdrive unit off the tail, and then I tore the front half of the transmission apart to get to the first couple of clutch plates to see if they were okay, which they were. And then when I went to go put it all back together, I couldn't get the tail, the overdrive unit on the tail. I ended up having to take the whole front half of the transmission apart all the way back down to to empty the whole main part of the case, and then reassemble the overdrive unit onto the case, and then reassemble the whole freaking case section.
God damn.
I'll be right back.
That's back up in the truck now. I was just waiting on transmission fluid and for me to put the transfer case and drive shafts back in. And then we should be able to find out whether or not it actually worked or not. That's one problem I don't have is hot flashes. I got noodle arm right now, but
Noodle arm.
Jess took me out to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in years, and we went out yesterday. And it was arm day for her. So basically, I did all of the exercises that her trainer had her do at a slightly heavier setting than she was using. And my left arm is basically freaking useless right now.
Did you tell the trainer he had to wrestle a transmission out of a truck the other day?
Actually, I didn't have to wrestle it out of the truck because I have a transmission jack.
Oh, lucky you.
It was like last week that I had to.
He only half wrestled it.
Right, I had to wrestle it off of the transmission jack underneath the truck to pull it out from underneath the truck. Now I got smart and we pulled the truck up onto the freaking asphalt this time, so that way I could jack the one side up higher to get it to slide underneath on the jack. So I didn't have to try to wrestle the transmission up onto the jack under the truck.
There you go.
I had the transmission up and bolted in the truck in probably less than an hour and a half.
Oh, damn.
So like literally from the time that I started putting the transmission underneath the truck until I had the cross member in and all of the bolts for the transmission in, we're talking less than an hour and a half by myself.
So can we expect a tannerite video sometime in the future?
Well, I have to put some transmission fluid in it and put a drive shaft up in it, and we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it doesn't work right, you're gonna find the biggest spank you could to push it over.
I'm gonna be needing a head gasket if this thing doesn't work this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You'll be making a big boat anchor.
Jeff says that if it doesn't work this time, he's gonna push it over a cliff.
I'm back.
Throw the transmission over a cliff. Put a stick shift in it.
There you go.
Save the manuals, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
today's not saving the manuals. Today's save the live stream, which it looks like this live stream is going down in flames.
Find the tallest point that you can, make a video with. We're gonna do a gravity drop, see how well it survives when it hits.
Who knows? It might work after.
I have a feeling that truck would be at least 10 to 15 feet shorter than it was before it dropped off the drop.
No, I'm not just a transmission. If you're gonna put a stick shift in the truck, gotta keep the truck.
Well, yeah. That means putting a hole in my floor, though. Because the floor pans on the freaking the stick shift trucks are different than the floor pans in the automatic trucks.
Well, make it a 3 on the tree. I don't know how you're going to do that, but just do it.
I don't even think they make a three-speed transmission for those trucks.
Make your own.
Hey, nothing is left but your imagination when it comes to a liquid wrench and a stick welder. You can make anything fit.
Okay, I have liquid wrench. You're making me say bad words, buddy.
I've already said like 10.
I know we discussed broom handles earlier, but that's no reflection on your lady. So don't go there.
Hey.
Wait, what about what? What are you adding over there? You caught Jess's attention. Huh?
Oh dear.
Yeah,
she said she was bored.
She heard something about a lady.
Yeah, we were talking about Sean.
Hey. I'm not the one with the pistachios between my legs.
Huh?
These nuts.
Oh wow, fuck you, Sean.
Yeah, have you not seen the size of this pistachio? The shriveled little green things that those aren't nuts though. Those would be grapes. They're dried out grapes.
Raisins.
Nah, I think Sean's talking about himself.
Nah, you wish.
Why would I wish? It's not my business.
Well, you keep making me exercise the way I am going to be a little shriveled more than I am. Oh. No, where were we? This live stream has been nothing. Well, has not had very many cars in it. So,
That ain't no.
Jonathan, what car news do you have?
What do you mean?
What car news do you have? Do you have anything?
Man, I got a video coming soon, but it's not really anything special. It's the damn Cavalier and the Cruise.
Well, that's about normal.
Hey! There was supposed to be a Challenger one before that, but we didn't get to finish the rest of the shots, so I have to wait till he gets back from vacation to finish it.
All right.
Which, I get to drive the car. So.
What about you, Biggie? Yeah. Biggie has a Chevy Avalanche.
Oh, that thing you don't have.
Yeah, it's the thing I don't have. Is your truck actually being normal and actually being a truck at the moment?
Well, I mean, I cleared the last evap code I got out of the computer, so now my remote start works again. Well, we'll give that until about
next week.
Yeah, not even. I'd say tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's pretty bad.
For no reason, as long like I'll just like start the truck up just to show it off, and then I'll push the button again so it kills the engine, and then that is when I get a code. Usually for evap, small or large leak, which I don't know. I'm kind of hoping is the gas cap.
Hey, we got Chris in the chat.
Hey,
Chris. Low Blazer Chris, the one with the low rider.
Okay, I got you.
Chris.
Well, I don't know how many Chris's you actually know. So
let me find out.
Tons. We're everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
I know, right? You guys are like freaking, Jehovah's Witnesses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You went on Facebook,
13,
didn't you?
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 before I run out of, before it goes to the Seymour. But then again, I have a lot of car people on my Facebook, so.
Okay, let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Now, Chris says that you guys are a cult. Now, is that you are a cult or an occult?
Huh?
Why?
Play on words, everybody.
Look, my brain is tired.
And you have to graduate freaking high school.
Sean? I have a diploma to prove it, bitch.
we can all resort to freaking high school bullying and say something like "losers say what."
Wow.
That's close enough there.
Or fat boy say what?
Well, you said it, not me.
Oh.
Then again, I have no problem saying that I have a dummy. What I'm trying to lose at the moment.
Right.
So yeah, the last live stream, Steve Hammerdown Motorsports was trying to get me to get done the truck, so I'm almost done it now. Might have it running by the end of this week. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how much time I have.
How long have you been working on that truck?
2 years.
God damn it.
I would say it was probably longer than that, though, because the original problem we had was the front main seal on the transmission went. And that's when we started having the issues with the truck, because it was just dumping transmission fluid out of it like crazy. And I went and changed the front seal and the front gasket for the pump. And then we were good. We threw the big wheels and tires on it, and we had some fun in the snow, and then all of a sudden it just stopped wanting to shift. Like you would have to rev it up real high, like almost like a bad clutch for it to want to shift.
You had to pretty much force it to shift.
Yeah, it didn't want to. It didn't want to, and then it didn't want to go in any forward gear. The only time you could get it to move was in reverse.
His best answer is he's had great times of drivability, followed by several times of beard pulling frustration.
Yes.
That's with everything, though.
So we ended up pulling the transmission out of the truck, and then we had the issues with the landlord, and we had to move, and I ended up driving that truck all the way from where I was living all the way up the mountain, and that's when we burnt the shit out of the clutch packs that were in it because we were still having shifting problems. It was still slipping, and that's when we, and then I pulled the transmission apart again, put it back together. Still didn't have any fluid pressure, so I threw it out the filter a year and said, "Fuck it."
Fuck it.
So
Fuck it.
only about 2 weeks ago, I ended up throwing that
Super chat.
Yeah, I know. I see this. All right, Grant Tucker, get a hold of me on my Instagram or my Facebook, and I'll get in touch with you about getting a shirt together for you. So Grant's my first custom shirt order.
Oh, geez.
So, I mean, that's basically any of the designs that I already have done, which I will show you, and you can basically set the shirt up however you want, and it'll take a couple weeks to get out to you through Teespring, but we'll get it up and going this week. Oh, what the shirts look like? That all depends on, or do you want to know what the designs are?
I was gonna say they look like a shirt.
Yeah, so you pulled your designs down, so you can't tell Debbie to go to your Teespring store.
I have the only one I have up right now is the Settle This Like Adults.
You'll have to run through some samples again, like you were showing us earlier.
Well, yeah, but that's a pain in the ass because it takes. That's all. Actually, those files are really freaking huge, and with running all the stuff that I'm running right now, it makes it really hard to.
You don't want to make a hiccup.
Yeah, it makes the computer slow up really bad.
Yeah.
But
that's like every time I connect my phone into mine.
What kind of truck are you thinking about bringing home for your son, Blazer? You got your eye on one already, or you're looking?
All right, let's see. This is the shirt that's already up, which I'm not sure if it's going to be backwards for you guys or not.
No.
Coming in very clear.
It's showing right. It's just not focusing completely.
Well, naturally.
Well, duh, because this thing sucks. But anyway, it says, "Let's settle this adults with a Christmas tree." That's the one that's up right now. Then there is this one. That would be the big image. That's the more detailed one. This is the less detailed one. More of the simplistic design, which that's not coming out in focus either, because screw it.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be whatever color T-shirts that the Teespring offers. You can get it in that. Had the plain Jane one without the flag in the back. These are at least just the Trans Am ones right now. Let's see. I do have a truck one coming out, which will have this truck, which is the truck off my channel. Of course, that one comes in nice and clear and focused.
Well, yeah.
Oh, my arm is killing me. Come on, bro. Come on, load.
Now, do you have some way of testing your designs, like on a full background, to kind of get an idea of what it'll look like when it's printed on a shirt?
Well, yeah, when I do them on the shirt, Teespring has a template that they throw it on. That I can see it. But again, it's like like the one that that Jonathan had. I didn't realize it was going to come out like that until whatever. Here's some of the other shirts. Here's some of the other shirts that I have. This one is for my Nova. It says Disco Goose. Oh, hey, there's Grant messaging me right on the thingy. And Graham, we'll take care of that after, probably tomorrow. I'll probably start working on that for you. So be around your messenger.
80s Mazda. I thought it'd be interesting.
This is actually one of my hoodies. This is actually the hoodie that I own. It's the Nova with the flag in the back. I'm trying to get to the cool ones. Actually, here's all three of them here in one spot. Not that you can really see it, but I'm trying to get to the cooler designs. I have other designs than those ones. These guys have all seen them. There's one that actually I was. There you go. Here's one. It says Aero 404 with a 10mm socket.
Well, speaking of 10mm sockets, I have one right here.
You actually have one?
Yeah, I have one. It's just a bolt is still stuck in it.
Here's one of my favorite ones.
This is the lower headlight bolt from the right headlight on my truck.
That's one of my favorite ones. I have one with this design. If it'll show. Like this one I call the face-off one. It's both cars facing each other. But yeah, I mean, I have a whole bunch, and I have some that are in the design page still. Plus, we can come up with whatever. You know, I have.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
Guys,
You just made it. I actually
I surrendered.
I surrendered.
I'm unarmed.
We have our. I can't even do that right now because you missed it. In the beginning of the stream, just had me raising my arms and lowering my arms because last night we were at the gym. And doing that whole best impression of I pick things up, I put them down. But yesterday was arm day, and my left arm is basically noodle.
Yeah.
Okay, noodle.
This is the extent of lifting things up and put them down. This is some really good craft beer. Yeah, this is potent stuff right here.
Yeah, I'm not even. I think we're still going to go out to the gym after I'm done this live stream, so I'm probably going to be on until like 11. So this ought to be fun.
So how is everybody? Good to see everyone.
We're doing pretty good.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
Up to 8 viewers. I don't know how many likes we're at the moment as far as the live stream health is concerned. Looks like we have 6 likes.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, I did figure out one thing about beer.
What's that?
It's better in a fucking bottle.
Oh yeah. You don't have
Well, I normally like cheap
There we
beer.
go.
It is, but this stuff, if you guys can see it, this is a once a year release from Trogs. It is a double IPA in a can, and it's a 9% alcohol by volume.
It's almost like a Guinness.
It's some heavy, and it is delicious.
So we actually
That's why I only have 4 of them.
we got our first
And where are they crafted from?
Trogs, which is located in Hershey, PA.
Goddamn.
Okay, local beer then.
Yep, local craft brew. Trogs is amazing. They're Trogs and Dogfish Head are my 2 favorite craft breweries. Trogs, like I said, is Hershey. Dogfish Head is Milton, Delaware.
Okay, yeah, I've been to either one.
TV show once.
Usually, the Jeep Club has their meeting here at Appalachian Brew House.
Appalachian's really
Mechanics
good too.
person.
Yep.
I can't keep up with all these different beers.
Dude, the craft beer scene nowadays, this year is
It's crazy.
They've made it so easy to start crafting your own beers, even at home.
There's one out in Chambersburg that I really like. It's called Gear House Brewing, and they just bought.
Now the one back there by Orchard Drive. Yeah, the Budweiser.
Yeah.
Damn.
The Budweiser just sure
Fire in the hole.
Did you guys see the moonshine kits?
Uh-oh.
Oh Christ!
They have
It's hazard days.
how to create your own stills.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever had moonshine.
Well, we all know I have because my jar's sitting.
Look
over
out, Roscoe's coming.
Well, just admit your guilt, Sean. Jesus.
It's going to fill out of spring water. I mean, come on.
Sean, I'll tell you, you've got to love Carolina Kool-Aid.
I know, right? Right, fresh out of the mountain.
As long as you
No, it
didn't
was Carolina
don't admit
water.
that you bought it, you're safe.
I didn't buy anything.
Yeah, you see, there you go.
It was a gift from a friend.
Oh,
He got his Carolina
I'm gonna
water from
forewarn
a
you.
friend.
This stuff is gonna hit me like a truck. I've been drinking cheap beer all once I got back from Harper's Ferry. I was drinking Miller Lite, Natty Light, and then I dipped into the good stuff. Oh, it's gonna hit my ass.
Well,
It's not all for guys, Debbie. It's for gearheads and car haciendos.
Matthew, I don't think that you were you here last week, Matthew?
Yeah, I was.
So you were here at the end of the live stream where we were talking about the fact that Google Hangouts is going to be going live.
Yeah, I heard that.
Tonight's live stream is dedicated to save the live stream.
Save the live stream. Yeah, no doubt.
So we actually got our
Post
first,
Google Hangouts.
Well,
correct?
that's the one thing that irritates me. It's like, Google, bought YouTube. Google made Hangouts. That's their program.
Right.
Why
Because they're getting ready,
eliminate something that works just fine?
because Google is getting ready to hang out.
It makes no sense.
So we actually just got Grant was our first super chat T-shirt donation. He if anybody that donates, actually it was $24.99 I think is what it came up, but it's basically and I did say $25. Anybody that super chats $25. Say 25. Going to create a custom shirt for them. Using any of the logo templates that I have. So maybe say you like some of the shirts that I had up on the channel, but you didn't necessarily like where I had the picture. Say you didn't want the big picture on the front, that you wanted it on the back, and you wanted it in a color that I didn't offer it in or whatever. Here's your chance to be able to get the shirt how you want it. Let's just say. I don't have a camera on my 55-inch TV. I'd use the monitor. Wow. Yeah. So I figured that might help bring some money my way to be able to help afford this new computer, because I'm struggling at the moment of figuring out how I'm going to get this computer done in any timely fashion.
So, Chris, where are you driving right now?
I am actually 30 miles from the Wyoming state line in western Nebraska.
Okay.
Currently sitting at 2020 Mountain Daylight time zone. It's not dark yet, obviously.
Yeah.
Sun's just getting down where I can see again.
Yeah, I was curious because as you can see behind me, it's dark where we are. But I was curious because I know you're a truck driver, so I'm always fascinated, where you're.
Wait till you hear what he's hauling today. It has to go.
What are you hauling, Chris?
That girl talk stuff.
I'm always in transition on a Sunday when I get up there. I'm either west or east, one way or the other direction.
He wants to know what you're hauling today, Chris.
Food stuff, name it. The best thing in there, I have about 12 skids of European chocolate, high-end European chocolate.
Oh, it's got that good shit.
Drive to my fucking house.
Jeff says you need to stop here with that European chocolate. So just come your way on down here into Tamaqua and some.
It's just like that place on Loaded, Sean. When I sent you the pictures of the tall kegs of Guinness, I tried to get the guy to knock one over so I could bring it home. He wouldn't do it. So the chocolate's the same way.
So
yeah, this is high end stuff.
like when you like, do you get contracted to haul certain loads?
Right.
Like, how does it like are you? I can't remember if I asked this last week. Are you like an independent, or do you work for a company, and do you just get like contracted to haul like different loads, just regardless?
Yeah, basically, I was the first driver hired for a small company because the owner and his wife bought out another business in Lancaster County.
Okay.
You're familiar with the dairy farms and the nice little ponds they have behind the barns and what they do with them every spring. Well, that's the company they bought out, was one of those.
Okay.
So they needed a driver. I needed a better job. It worked out great at the time. I've been here for 3 years, but he has his own authority. So we're our own trucking company, contract hire for hire carrier.
All right.
However, we pull for one warehouse because we do LTL shipments, which is less than truckload. So we can do anywhere from a box that I could set on the passenger floor of the truck to multiple pallets.
Gotcha.
And they set the loads up. Everything comes into the warehouse. We go out and do picks the day we load, bring the stuff back. They put the loads together, load them on the truck. We go out. They set all the appointments. We deliver the stops in order that they have set up. And usually, like I said, I run the Northwest, so I end up Portland. Most times, either Portland, around Portland or up around Seattle, and then mainly reload out of Washington straight back to the Philadelphia produce market for a single customer that the warehouse has there that sets up that's apples, pears, or cherries that come back.
Gotcha.
Sometimes rhubarb, it depends. And they handle all the paperwork as far as the billing and collecting from the different shippers of the products that they haul. And they just basically, we haul for them.
Chris, you need to let me know when you're hauling a fucking truckload full of cores, and I'll run blocker for you.
Let me know when you're hauling some of the good stuff. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of that for the most part.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I deliver near them. Now we'll haul raw products into a brewery. I've had a load of hops and grains that I took into one time.
Yeah, I was curious. Yeah.
So it's like,
what is it like? I'm totally fascinated by the trucking community, like how you guys operate, like how things work. Because I love to drive. Like I don't mind
working him a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, most everything is set up. Your bigger companies that have their own customers, most everything goes through some sort of a freight broker. When all the brokers come in, about 10 to 15 years ago, the whole landscape of the industry changed. And basically a broker will have customers in their area, maybe outside their area, depending how big their firm is. And so, say, you got camera equipment or something that you ordered.
Right.
Somebody's going to call and they say, hey, we got this shipment that we need picked up. A company will go in and pick it up. And if it's an LTL company, like most of your small pups, some FedEx stuff, but like the old Roadway Yellow, Consolidated Freightways when they were still around. NEMF, I know you've seen those trucks around York and Lancaster area, the maroon and gray trucks. I mean, they're LTL companies. They'll pick stuff up, they'll take it back to their central hub, and then they'll build a load together. And but with those companies, they run them to another central hub somewhere near where they're going to deliver, and then they put them on trucks to go out where we're long haul. So we do LTL shipments where they load everything on the truck, and then we'll go out and do multiple drops. So I can have anywhere from, 3 drops all the way up to 15 on any particular truckload, depending on what they put together when I go out.
Now, do you have like a time limit? Obviously you have to sleep on certain runs. So let's say you have a really long run.
It's just daily. We're allowed 70 hours in 8 days.
Okay.
We're allowed 14 hours combination of on duty and driving time per day. So whatever time you start your day, you have a 14-hour clock to get it done. At the end of that 14 hours, it's a mandatory 10-hour break.
Okay.
Your drive time on a given day is 11 hours. So we can go combination on-duty driving. When we hit the 8-hour mark, we have to stop and take a mandatory half-hour break. and then you finish your drive time after that to equal your 11 hours or whatever you may be doing, get to a location. So depending, like now I'm on, a run, road run. So there's days, depending how I work my book and when I drive, I can run my 11-hour period, stop, take my 10-hour, because once you hit your 11 hours driving, it's a mandatory 10-hour break as well, whether your 14 hours is done or not. At any one driving shift is 11 hours. So I can drive my 11 hours for a day. I can stop. I can take a 10-hour break, and then I can start my next 11-hour driving period and still be on the same day, where theoretically I can get about 12 and a half hours of driving a day, and then I would run that day into the next day. Like now, I'll be running until after midnight, because I started the day late today.
Yeah.
But and then it depends on how. In a lot of the bigger companies now, because they went the electronic logbook, so pretty much when you start driving, it sets you driving on your computer, and your day is set for you. And you run your time period out. It keeps track. When you get within an hour of having to shut down, it gives you an alert and whatnot to let you know. And those are all tethered into the truck somehow, where they're connected to the computer in the truck. So then you start moving, it automatically switches pretty much to your driving period.
Yeah. Cool.
So how much did
They're
the
good.
truck
I
drivers
mean, luckily, how much what?
I said, how much did the truck drivers hate when they had to switch over to the computer log versus the old handwritten logs?
The old paper logbooks? The electronic one sucks, because you have no flexibility in it.
Yeah.
Right, you can make a lot more money with the old paper book.
Well, it's not so much more money. It was just it was more flexible to work with, because and then they screwed it up when they brought the 14-hour rule mandate in. Because say like today, you're running, okay, you don't feel good, you ate something bad for lunch, you're a little tired, maybe a little under the weather, got a head cold or something, you could stop and take a nap, and then you would get up and you could start and finish your driving shift again. The electronic books and the 14-hour rule, it's mainly the 14-hour rule, took that flexibility away from us, because everybody is pushed. And then you got all the trucks that are limited to 65 to 70 mile an hour, whatever your speed may be set at on your governor for the company, which will limit how far you can go. So everybody's crammed tight. I started my clock at 8 o'clock this morning, and hey, by tonight I got to be done and parked. And most everybody in main companies are running somewhere around during the day. So from about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon till the next morning, your truck stops are pretty much plugged up trying to find a place to park when it's time for you to shut down. So,
right.
It's all stuff they've done in the so-called quote-unquote safety umbrella.
Right.
And it's basically BS, because most of the think tank that come up with the rules and regulations that govern the industry, they can't even get in a truck and start it and take it across the parking lot without a trailer on it.
Well,
so why or what qualifies you to regulate my life and my industry when you can't even operate it yourself? But
you guys
welcome
know
to big
it
government,
10
right? That's the way it is.
more than the 40-pound heads that know it.
Yeah, and split speed limits are a nightmare. I mean, you come up against someone slow, you got to get out and pass. And I've heard you mention it before, Matt, how you'll have two trucks that are basically holding hands because they're side by side forever.
Yeah.
Or the construction zones where you'll have two trucks run side by side trying to regulate traffic flow. And that's mainly because you'll get a lot of cars that just don't care, like in a construction zone. They'll come flying up the right lane or the left lane, whichever lane may be closing, and they'll run clean to the end of it and then be cutting in front of everybody, which just bottlenecks everything. Because nobody wants to go one at a time and take their,
Well, that's what they're supposed to do.
If they would one by one like a chain link,
when I hit a construction zone, I'm in no rush ever. So when I see construction, I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm good. I'll take my time and just,
Oh, and the other thing is I mean, it's kind of like that. But when you get to merge points and then everybody merges into one lane, like 3 miles back before the merge point,
Yeah.
bottles everything up too. I mean, you're supposed to be double file up to the merge point.
Yeah, like everybody, yeah.
And nobody wants to let the other lane in. And then, so then everybody ends up merging way, way back. And then you end up getting a long single train line.
Yeah.
That just ends up starts clogging up intersections way back.
Yeah.
I run into it all the time coming into my town because my town goes from a 2 to a 1. And during the summer when everybody's, if you hit it right around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, that freaking line is like 3 miles long, and it's a single line of them actually straddling the dotted white line.
Yeah.
So you can't even go 2 by 2 because they're literally straddling the white dotted line.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's aggravating. I've done it so long that I've got 30 years out here already.
Right.
And it's you sit in a warehouse for 3 to 6 hours to load or unload something, and if you don't learn patience, you won't survive. It's it. It doesn't matter where you're at.
I want to get some chat going on in the chat. I want to know your guys' worst what is your biggest traffic or driving pet peeve?
Idiots.
And then we'll start discussing that because I want to keep my chat rate up because that helps with YouTube algorithm.
Bicyclers
on roads without shoulders.
Yeah.
They act like they own the freaking road.
Well, I mean, technically they do. They are a wheeled vehicle, which is allowed on the road, which means they do have to follow the same rules as a road person. But
but they sit out there in the middle of the lane and are like, "Oh, look at my spandex and my fancy little helmet," and you need to go around me.
They're more or less just like, look at my ass.
And you have to give them 4 feet. You have to give them 4 feet of distance too. At least here in Pennsylvania, you do. You have to give them 4 feet.
Yeah, I know. I hate them. I'll give them 4 feet, but I still hate them.
You'd really hate it out west here, man, where the bicyclists can run on the interstates and legally.
That's terrifying.
You know what?
That is terrifying.
If you're a cyclist and you're on the interstate out west, like, dude, you're fair game. Sorry.
Oh, you want to hear something I saw?
Speed limits are 75 to 80 mile an hour.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
So one time, me and my friend Stan were going down to Cumberland, Maryland, on I-68.
Yeah.
And there was this cop car, and I'm like, "What the hell did he pull over?" And then we get closer, and it's literally an old grandma on one of those scooters on 68.
Oh my god!
Now, both Matthew and Chris should know this one up here. What do we have? We don't have old ladies on scooters. What do we have?
Crackheads on scooters?
We have cyclists. We have fancy pants.
No. Matthew, what do we have here local that is not around almost anywhere else? What do we have here local?
Amish.
Yeah,
the buggies.
On their little tiny electric scooter things, or the horse and buggies.
No, it's not even electric scooters. They're like, dude,
I
don't even live in Lancaster County, and I'll never forget it. Like, I woke up one morning, making my coffee, and I heard that cluck, 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 cluck of a horse going by, and I'm like, what? I go outside, I look out my front door, and I kid you not, there is a horse and buggy going by my house in non-Lancaster County.
Now, see, I lived out in Malvern, and we had horse and buggies out there too.
Oh,
but that's Chester County.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, they're making it this far out this way. And, and I told the ironic thing is that Amish family lives like 100 feet from my ex-wife. So when I drop my daughter off to my ex-wife, I go by their house and they have they do like repairs, they do like farm equipment, and they have this stand on the side of the road.
Right.
like jarred, like I don't even know what it is. I'm not buying it. I don't care. I'm not buying that shit because it's probably gonna. It's literally sitting out in the sun, and it's just this jarred like pickles, produce, whatever. I'm not buying it.
That might be some of the best freaking canned food you've ever had, though.
Sitting out in the sun, no.
It's
It's
cooked and sealed. It's no different buying it in a tin can.
Oh,
exactly.
No.
I'll tell you what, glass jarred food tastes so much better than canned food.
Well, with not jarred, but with canned food, they have to have a plastic liner on the inside.
Well, yeah, they do.
Glass is inert. Glass doesn't react with hardly anything besides chlorine trifluoride. Which if you run into chlorine trifluoride, you are in the wrong place. There is no wrong. It's just
in all honesty, I don't need it. I've talked to a lot of people that have dealt with Amish in this area. I'm good with buying shit.
Tell you what though, but those are some of the best crap.
It's just I don't. Yeah.
If you need something fixed or you need something built, I would rather actually. There's a exhaust company out by Lebanon, and it's an Amish run shop. And I'll tell you what, their quality of work is so much better than a regular shop.
Well, yeah, like work like that. Yeah, I'm good. But food on the side of the road in the stand, 90 degrees outside, and it's 85% humidity, and you got pickles chilling in a fucking not chilling.
They're pickles.
Yeah, not even close to chilling.
Do you realize that stuff won't go bad?
No, I get it, but no, I'm just not buying it.
Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's see. What do they have in the chat here? We got people who can't drive because they're holding their cell phone talking. Texting and driving, same thing.
I agree with that.
How about just people who can't fucking drive?
We have, what was another one that I saw? People driving slow in the left-hand lane. Yeah.
No.
People going 30 and a 35.
Yeah.
Or a 55, my bad. 30 and a 55.
Anything below the speed limit is annoying.
Go 5. I'm not a speeder. I go 5 over the speed limit. I stay in the right lane, and I let everyone else pass me.
Grant has one of my favorite ones, the lane splitters, one that rides the freaking center lane instead of freaking picking one lane or the other, especially coming up to a merge point. I freaking hate that shit. You don't want somebody, it's not up to you whether or not somebody passes you at a merge point to get up further up the line. Because technically everybody should be double file all the way up to the merge point.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there freaking, all to freaking sit there and ride that dashed white line because you're impeding the flow of traffic. I mean, and that's plain and simple. I mean, if a cop actually sat there at a freaking merge point, they make so much money. Everybody that sits there and either A, cuts somebody off and doesn't let somebody over, or sits there and rides the dashed yellow white line. All that stuff is technically ticketable.
They could real easy if they enforced it, because in Pennsylvania, the first sign you see that says there's a lane closing ahead, whichever lane is closing from that point on is a no passing zone. Just ask me how I know.
You got pulled over for it.
Hey, Chris, how do you know?
I passed somebody and got the $500 ticket for passing in that construction area.
Good Lord.
Which is construction yet, but that's what it cost me. And he said, you realize that's a no passing zone? Well, the cars wouldn't let me in. What do you want me to do? You should have slowed down. Okay, what good's it going to do for me to slow down? They won't let me in. I sped up, got in the opening, and got over like I was supposed to. And he popped me for it. So that's a no passing zone from the first sign you see that the lane is closing.
Gotta love Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Hooray for Penda.
Hey, guys, I'm going to head off.
That trog's hitting you.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Glad to have you aboard.
This shit is hitting me like a truck.
Well,
that's funny because we got somebody in a truck.
Tired.
So, another thing that really irritates me.
Catch you later, Matt.
Good night, guys.
It was now. We got the lane splitters because we got stuck on that. One of the things that totally irritates me about driving, All right, Tony's gonna have to. I gotta think of it again.
All right,
I had it before seeing the lane splitting one.
I cannot count how many times this has happened to me, but I'm sitting there, I'm waiting to make a turn. Someone's coming up the road, and they don't have the turn signal on, so I assume they're not turning. And then they get like 2 seconds away from the intersection, and then they put their blinker on and turn down the same road I'm on. The entire time, I could have fucking gone and made my fucking turn, but no, I had to wait for them because I thought they were going straight.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. I hate that shit.
The spot where I'm at, where I get onto 183 from Burnville Charlottesville Road. If I knew that they were turning, I could have made my left hand turn, and instead of having to wait, and then like they'll make their turn, and then there'll be a car coming from the other direction, and I can't pull out then.
Yep.
Or the ones that have turned from somewhere and don't listen to that beep beep if they happen to have an indicator in the vehicle, and don't shut their turn signal off that you're waiting to pull out from somewhere, and they're coming up the main drag or whatever with their blinker on, and then they're turning good.
I do that every once in a while. There's a spot where if I'm going out to Wade Heights to where my shop is, there's a slight left that I have to cross over the lane, and it's a very slight left. It's not even really a turn. It's just more of a lean. And so it's not actually, I'm not turning the wheel far enough to turn off to hit that hatch to turn off the turn signal. And the turn signal sound in the car is so faint that you can't hear it. So I'll be sitting there with the blinker on, and I'll just look down at the dash and say, "Oh shit, blinker's on," and then flick it off. Because I literally can't hear the tick 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 of the turn signal going.
Yeah, that happened in one of my friend's cars. I was like, "You don't have your turn signal on," and he was like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "Oh."
I have a no-fail system here because every time I turn one on in the truck, it blows the CB up.
Oh, that's annoying.
It is. I mean, it's.
Person that stops 3 car lengths back from the light. Yep, that's annoying. How about the people that insist on like the lights, their light is still green, but yet the traffic is backed up to the point to where they can't make it all the way through the intersection, but yet they still go into the intersection. So that way, when your light turns green, you can't go anywhere because the lane is the intersection is completely gridlocked.
See that a lot.
We have that in my town all the time. Jess was just bitching about it the other day, and I have to deal with it almost all the time in the morning. They'll all just crowd into the intersection, and then you go, your light turns green, so you can go, and you can't go anywhere. It's like, well, thanks. Obviously, if you can't make it all the way through the intersection, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
There are moments in life, though, when you do get satisfaction for ignorant stupidity. The fire department.
Yeah.
When somebody parks in front of the fire hydrant and you respond to a situation and their car's sitting right there, and the fire chief looks at you and says, "Knock the windows out, take it through the front seat. We need that water." Yes, sir.
I love seeing pictures like that. Like, that's exactly why that's a no parking zone, and I just threw a fucking knife.
Well, that's good. Debbie wants to know when we do this again. Debbie, we do this every Sunday night starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. We run until either I get tired, or we run out of things to talk about, or I just get tired. So we run.
Speaking of being tired, I'm tired. I'm going.
All right, bye, gentlemen.
See you later.
We normally are at least until 11. If not, we've run all the way up to almost 1 o'clock in the morning before.
Oh yeah.
But another one that was annoying, when you have a straight through intersection lane, and then you have a turning lane. In our town, they're really close together. So if the person that's going straight isn't all the way in their lane, I can't make my left-hand turn to get home, my right-hand turn to go home, because literally I can't squeeze between the side of their car and the sidewalk. And so I had to sit there and hide and wait behind them instead of being able to go up to the intersection and make my turn. I have to sit there and wait behind them until they go through the intersection, and then I can make my turn.
Damn.
So that's also freaking annoying. It's just I'm annoyed at the fact that people can't follow the rules that you have to know to take your driver's test. How many you know, just common things that are in the rule book when you take your driver's test that people just don't follow?
Like 90% of them.
I know, right? Yeah, we are getting
Good night,
off
Debbie, if you
in
ever still in there.
15 minutes. I said I'm gonna stay on here until 11, and then we'll get off. Oh. So Camaro time. I don't know if you saw it. We are also the stream tonight is dedicated to save the stream because Google Hangouts is shutting down August 1st, and my computer is not good enough to run the new software that I need to use to continue doing the live stream. And I'm trying to raise money to build a new computer. So anybody that donates $25 in the super chat can get with me to help create their own custom Novatazz shirts. Okay. So $25 and you can design your own Novatazz custom shirt with me and then have it printed out and sent to you. Whatever color you want, however you want the designs, we'll work it out throughout the week and get it out to you.
A pet interstate peeve.
Okay, go ahead.
The person that stops on the interstate in the right lane because there's somebody coming down a ramp to get on the highway.
You don't need to stop. Just slow down. You just got to learn how to help people merge.
Don't they need to slow down? That person coming down the ramp's got to yield to you, not the traffic on the highway.
Yeah, they're supposed to merge. But the thing is the whole point of the ramp is to get up to
accelerate the highway speed so you can merge in. Exactly.
The thing is, I've also had that problem where I've been getting you get up to speed and you get down to the bottom of the ramp and then nobody wants to let you on. So then what? You're traveling 55, 60 miles an hour and you have nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. It's like, you know, if you see somebody coming down the ramp, adjust your speed so that you can create a gap for them to get into. You know, either whether you have to speed up to create a gap behind you or slow down a little bit to create a gap between you and the car in front of you for them to squeeze in. It's called common respect and courtesy to be able to work with other motorists around you to get the job done. You know, it's
which
not
most people have forgotten about. Yeah,
no,
it's not rocket science.
It's all me. You know, I don't give a shit about you. I need to go where I'm going, and I don't care if you don't have enough road, because actually the very first accident I was in my Nova was because of that. It was snowing outside, and I was coming up out of the Berkshire Mall by where I live, and they plowed the on-ramp only so far to get onto the bypass. And I literally ran out of plowed road before I was able to merge because nobody would let me on the highway. And I'd only had this car maybe like a day or two at that point. And I didn't know like the whole front end of the car, none of the bushings were good in it. So literally the front sway bar was doing absolutely nothing because the end link bushings were gone. Mm. And the drive tire in the back hit the snow, which then kicked it to, I started fishtailing left, right, trying to catch it, and ended up putting it into a snowbank. And I put it into the snowbank hard enough, I had to have a tow truck pull me out. And when I got to the next store that I could pull over into and pop the hood, you couldn't even see the engine because there was so much snow packed underneath the hood of that car.
God damn.
That literally, it just looked like snow.
It really makes you wonder how something that's essentially a powder can pack so tight, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I said, it was literally you pop the hood and you could actually see the imprint from the underside of the hood in the snow.
God damn.
I had to sit there I had a snow brush, and I was sitting there beating at the snow underneath the hood to get the snow to drop out down back to the bottom of the engine bay. Because you literally couldn't see and I had an inline fixing it, so there was a lot of snow underneath that hood.
God damn.
Peel it away with a butter knife.
All right, so Pete from Camaro Time, he says, the people that use the exit lane on the freeway to try to get ahead and then want to jump back over at the very end, making the others have to stop. I've never actually had that happen to me. I've accidentally gotten off at the wrong exit and decided and just go straight from getting off the one exit, you know, hop across the bridge and then jump back on. You know what I mean? I've done that before. You know, where you just stop at the top of the bridge, you cross the bridge, you go back down the on ramp to get back on the highway.
Mhm.
But I've never had somebody try to use the off ramp to get around people.
You'll see that a lot on a multi-lane highway where you got basically an exit only lane where they mark it exit only.
Yeah.
Like on the far right lane, you'll have people who do that. I see it all the time.
We have a lot of stuff like that up by Allentown. The really long immediate lanes. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. Standard operating procedure. Camaro Time's got some good videos came out. I saw he did a bunch on. He's doing a lot of like car care products recently, from what ones that I've seen. If you guys ever watched Camaro Time's videos, he needs to go back to doing some of those the editing ones. I was watching those a lot, even though I don't have the editing software that he uses. A lot of the stuff that he does in his will actually I can use in Filmora too. So he does really good with showing you how to do edits, Chris. That was my hint to you. You and Mrs. Formula, he has some good editing, learning how to edit videos on his channel.
Yeah, working on it.
You guys got to send.
It's been an adventure. I know that.
Yeah, got to send Mrs. Formula to start watching his channel. Chris is you're doing Camaro Time's dream job there. Hey, I think gravity has done a number on you there, Chris.
Yeah. What gravity?
Are you creating enough downforce so you can drive on the wall?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
You're not a 10.4. You're a 4.10 at the moment.
That's right. That's right.
10.4 there, good buddy. Should have had a V8. No, he needs a Snickers, not a V8.
Yeah.
Actually, that was Jonathan earlier. Jonathan needed a Snickers. All right. We're going to have to start wrapping it up here. So if you guys want to say your guys' outros, I'm only staying on to 11 because we're going to go out to the gym. So we're going to get noodle legs tomorrow.
Oh, Christ. I love you got your sea legs.
I know, right?
Be walking bow-legged.
So let me see, go over all the channels that I know that came in here. Just thank Grant for the super chat. Debbie was new in here, so we'll see her next week, hopefully. We always have Mrs. Formula and Chris, the dynamic duo. Cannot forget Jonathan for popping in here, plus Matthew and Big E, which always. We had Chris in here, One Low Blazer. He was in here as well. And can't forget Pete. We didn't have any Hammer Down this week or Joe. I think you guys, they were all busy with events this weekend. Using the shortcut. What's the shortcut?
Shortcut. That's the editing software she's using now.
I use Filmora, which is made by Wondershare. Camaro Time, he uses DaVinci. I think he has two different DaVinci programs that he uses, two different versions of it. And yeah, Steve was at Camaro Fest along with a bunch of other YouTubers. I think Nick was down there. Steve was down there. Who else was down there? Shoot, he's got a white, another white Camaro. Who has that? He got that second gen Camaro that he bought a couple months ago. Names forgetting me. I'm horrible with names. But yeah, he was down there. And then you have the other Steve was up at the Full World Jamboree up in Bloomsburg with his lifted Honda Civic. Along with Joe. Joe was up there too.
I have a cat. Claude.
I see a winking starfish there.
Here comes the flying kitty again.
I know, right?
Oh, she's gonna be flying.
Kamikaze cat. Freeze!
No, this is Freeze.
Yeah, that's it. It's Lethal Camaro. That's who it was. Lethal Camaro. He's got that second gen F body, I think. I think it was Lethal. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up tonight because, like I said, I'm gonna get out to the gym tonight and get some time in because we don't have any kids here tonight. So I'm gonna sign off. Thank you guys all for joining, and hope to see you guys next week. If you care to help out the channel, please check out the Teespring account. I'll get more shirts up, and if you want any shirts done specifically, get in contact with me, and we'll see what we can do. The bird in my window, I got that off of F-Body Metal Visions. They also did this one for me, and this one. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that. I have a bunch of other stuff running around here too somewhere. I'm not sure where it is at the moment. But yeah, he does laser cut F-Body stuff. Firebirds. So you can actually look them up on Instagram, I think, F-Body Metal Visions. Make sure you let them know that I sent you there. So I will see you guys.
His Facebook group for it too.
Yeah, he does have a Facebook group for it as well. And a eBay account. But I will catch you guys next week. Thank you again for joining, and we will see you next week at 9 p.m.
All right, everybody have a good night. Sean, thanks for having us up again.
Will do.
Peace out, everyone.
Hey, Biggie.
Bye, too.